First question.
Hi, right in front of
Oh,
you,
hello.
Claire.
Hello. Hi.
GMA Philippines. My question is, if you had a chance to sit down with the Queen and have tea with her, and what would be one question you'd want to ask her now that you've been playing for her for this television series?
I'm really shamefully going to nick Andy Harris's reply to this, which is, has she watched it? And then probably I'd just like to hear her talk for about 2 hours. That would be nice.
Yes, madam.
Angela Bishop from Network 10 Australia. If I can ask you, you both, Peter and Stephen, what fascinated you about this, and why do you think you were able to get such an amazing budget for it?
Do you want to answer that one?
We didn't ask for that. That Netflix gave it to us, and the I don't know. I mean, I just sort of started this journey when writing the film The Queen, and even that was by accident. I started just thinking that it was interesting what happened between the Queen and her prime ministers, and that just grew and grew and grew. And then I wanted to know how must it have been for her with her first prime minister, who was Churchill. And the next thing I know, these stories were coming back to me, and I started thinking of this as a much longer running thing. And now we're shooting the second season at the moment. I hope that's answered your question.
Hi, Jeannie Wolf. A couple of questions. First of all, this shouldn't seem like popular entertainment. I can't go any place where someone isn't saying, "Have you seen The Crown? Oh, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good." And I want to know how you've reacted to that kind of popularity. And second of all, I know you picked John Lithgow to play Churchill. How much of a leap was that decision?
It's not a leap at all, and John is a very good person to answer the question about how on earth, how surprising the response around the world is to our show.
It is astonishing. It delights all of us. We knew we were doing something fine. I think from day one, we knew this was going to be extraordinary, but we didn't dream that it would be massively popular internationally. I suppose it's because the monarchy is the subject of everybody's attention and obsession internationally. And Peter and Stephen have just found a way of turning that very, very public family into an extremely fascinating private world. And everybody connects with it. So, and you have to ask them about casting me. I didn't do it myself.
Hi guys, back here. Congratulations. I have a question for Mr. Morgan. Ted Sarandos said that this could feasibly go 6 or 7 years. And I'm just curious what other, why is that funny? Oh, yeah, but
No, it's not that it's funny, it's just painful.
Curious where
the danger of writing a story about someone with a long life is that the story goes on and on and on. No, yeah.
Other parts of her life that might be more contemporary, or people are. I think a lot of the fans of the show are sort of curious to see a Diana era. How intense will this get, and how deep will you go?
Well, we're filming the second season at the moment, and that will take us through to 1964. So we're about 3 episodes in at the moment, and that starts in the Suez Crisis, and then as Britain goes into the 60s, and the world changes, we leave behind a certain kind of Britain and we enter a new kind of Britain. We will then, at the end of season 2, we will reach a point where we will have to start thinking about a new cast, because our actors will have reached what I think is the limit that they could reasonably play. And we haven't had those conversations with Netflix about going forward. I think they would like to, and I think we would like to, but it's only now really that we'll have those conversations.
Hi, this question is for John Lithgow in the back here. Jessica Radloff from Glamour. I was curious, how difficult was it for you to master Churchill's speech patterns and the physicality? That could not have been easy to have to bend over like that all the time in your scene. So tell me about your process with that.
Well, it was difficult, but it was fun. It was all fun. And I had tremendous help from the costumer, Michelle Clapton, and the makeup and the makeup artist, Ivana Primerick, and a remarkable dialect coach, William Conacher, who helped me with not just the dialect, but the sort of machinery of Churchill's extraordinary speech. That was William, and I have to say he worked just as hard with the British actors as he did with me. He was remarkable. Put all those things together, and it came very, very easily. And I think, bottom line, the greatest asset of all was the lines that were written for me.
Oh, that's very sweet. But the bottom line is John Lithgow is one of the great actors of our age, and that we had him in our show was a great gift and a wonderful opportunity for us to explore the character of Churchill, and we're blessed to have you, sir.
If I may, out of all this, do you have a favorite Churchill quote or anecdote?
There was a wonderful moment that Stephen and I derived. We wanted to do something appalling for Churchill to demonstrate that he should not be prime minister. There was a moment when he stands up in a cabinet meeting and staggers out of the room, and it was my idea that he actually reach right straight into his trousers and walk off. This was inspired by a quote from Churchill when someone pointed out that he'd left his fly buttons open. And his quote was, "It's not a problem. A dead bird never leaves its nest."
Okay. We're going to go. There's other people to come. Thank you so much. We're delighted to win this award.
Thank you.